So the main event of night 2 is for the heavyweight championship of the world. CM Punk will defend against Roman Reigns. You have not spoken to me about anything from this, especially over the last 3 weeks. Go ahead.
All right. So I am very much looking forward. Oba and Brock opens the show, correct?
It's part of the first hour, so I'm assuming yes.
I mean, that match is going to be bonkers. It's going to be huge. Shout out to Big E, big meaty man smacking meat. It's going to be two monsters colliding. With how, aside from how much I'm looking forward to that, this Roman Punk match, two very polarizing guys in two very different ways. You got Punk and all his drama he's been through. He still has certain cities he goes where no matter what, he's getting booed. However, just in Houston, I fucking loves Roman. Roman's not even in town, cheering for him, cheering for him, cheering for him. And Punk goes out there and works a room like only he can and turns the whole reaction around. And they're chanting for CM Punk. I've enjoyed the promos. I've been enjoying the physicality the few weeks we got it. Roman doing his classic power bomb to Punk, the table spot. And the following week, Punk, who's never really a power bomb guy, power bombing a guy who's much larger than him. I really enjoyed that part. Obviously he's older. He does get a little tired, but then also like for the after Raw clips to come out of him like on the shaky barricade, standing there after the fact, like flexing. The match should deliver in a lot of different ways. It's really cool. Like even this week, like this whole month is, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, and then this week is I hate you because I envy you. The jealousy between these two. It's really cool. It's really exciting. Obviously, a little bit of a bigger Punk fan than I am of Roman. My heart wants me to root for Punk. Naturally, I thought Roman was going to win. I thought that all the way up until about these past week and a half. I think my guy Punk can take this W. I'm rooting for him. I want him to win. I think he's going to win. Obviously, you can never be surprised if the Tribal Chief gets the dub, but I'm going with Punk.
So I thought that promo on Raw was great because it's kind of like, all right, I got everything out. Now we can talk. I hate you because of this and this. And so I did appreciate that. Punk's pipe bomb I thought was great. But something interesting that I saw in that promo was the fact that he did apologize for bringing up his dad. And in the segment with the Usos, me and you talked about how Roman was a narcissist and Punk said that he never apologized for anything and things like that. And it's always going to be in the back of any wrestling fan's mind on what's next with the bloodline. Like, even though I do think a lot of us have bloodline fatigue, they always find a way to go back to it. Yes. And the one thing they haven't done is have the family turn their back on Roman. And if they do turn it back on Roman, they all have justifiable reasons to do so. And like I said, like the Usos were telling Punk to apologize, and Punk did. And that's something that Roman has never done for anything that he's done to the family. So that's something that I think we can keep our eye on. And also a line Punk said on Raw, he said, this isn't cinema, this is pro wrestling. And I think this match is going to give us the best of both worlds, cinema and pro wrestling.
I can see that.
Yeah. So I do have bloodline fatigue. I will not be mad about the Usos turning them back on the family here. But I do think CM Punk will retain the championship. I do think he's going to leave WrestleMania as the heavyweight champion of the world. I really do. I really do. I don't think Roman gets it here. I think there's more you can do with Punk at this point. How did you feel about the pipe bomb?
Oh, the pipe bomb was cool. That was. I think Punk has had a lot of great segments, a lot of great moments since his return back to WWE. I think that was his best promo.
Yeah, it was good. It was unexpected as well, especially the fact that he took shots at McAfee and TKO. We didn't really expect that, and they even lowered the ticket prices because who knows if he got lowered a little earlier, Your boys might be out there, but I did enjoy that whole pipe bomb promo. I've enjoyed this entire thing, especially like you talked about the power bomb. Punk never pulled out a power bomb. Roman's not some small guy either, and it was cool to actually see Punk kind of get one up on Roman. So I'm looking forward to this match as well. This is my most anticipated match for the weekend because of everything that's been going on. And I do think Punk
the story, the real life,
the heavyweight championship of the world.
Stuff they've said about each other in interviews and podcasts.
Yeah, and also I know a lot of people are kind of like sour on the idea of 2 nights, and then if you main event one night, you're kind of like, all right, you main event at WrestleMania. This is the real main event.
For sure. 1,000%.
Because we had that triple threat match last year. Everybody was like, well, you main event at WrestleMania Saturday. I don't technically count. But this match, main event in WrestleMania Sunday, and being the best built match, and it's just 2 guys on a standalone stage for the heavyweight championship of the world. This is undoubtedly the main event. So, like I said, I'm going with CM Punk. You and I were in agreement with that. And we're going to go back to Paul Heyman and the changing of the guard here, because we got Brock Lesnar going one-on-one with Obafemi here. Give me your thoughts on this and your prediction.
Again, actually, another very well done build. I love they really spoke very little to each other until this week. It's a much younger black Brock Lesnar facing modern day Brock Lesnar. And we've always said it. Brock usually works better with people smaller than him, but this should be an interesting match.
So
I'm very excited for this.
So I'm not sure if you remember, but because it was throwaway. But remember when Brock fought Omos at 39?
Yes.
Okay, so I was a fan of that match. I'm not sure where you stood on that, but it was good. It was interesting, fun for me because of the whole fact of Brock's never the smaller guy. Brock's never deemed as like the underdog. He's not manhandled. But the way they're portraying Obafemi here is he's essentially a carbon copy of Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
As far as size,
Omos only had what has he done since that match?
AAA.
He's done more than that. He went to Noah. He was in Japan. He got no TV time. He's reviewed fragrances with Prep.
He has done that. Shout out to Prep for that one.
This is real. This is the real deal. This is different. Oba, you can't stop this guy.
Now, even the promo that, before I go to the promo, I love the idea of having separate contract signings because those two can't keep their hands off each other. I love that idea of it. You know, Brock comes out, signs his contract at one part of the night, Oba comes out a little later. And I thought Oba handled himself on the microphone exceptionally well. I really did. I thought
he's the ruler.
Yeah, he handled the crowd well, and WWE, they clearly have a star here. Now, the question is, are they going to do right by this future star? Who you got winning?
I'm going Oba.
I'm going to go with Brock because I think that's just what WWE is going to do. I understand that's what WWE is going to do. But this is also going to fall back into the whole thing with Paul and Gunther. I think Paul might start to see the chinks in the armor when Obafemi takes Brock to the limit. I think that's going to be something that we need to keep an eye on. Because I do think Oba's going to take Brock to his limit, and I do think Brock will eventually prevail in this match. But I do think this will be a flat-out war to open the show on night 2. So
1,000%.
I'm going with Brock. You're going with Oba. Now,
yes.
For something that we had excitement for but has been absolute trash is the Women's Championship is going to be on the line. Jade Cargill is going to defend against Rhea Ripley.
Jade Cargill is going to defend her TBS title for the second fucking time. And then, you know what? I think they got tired. I wonder if she did some politicking. Now Julia is about to be held the U.S. title for 100 days, and she's only defended it 100 times. Them women, unless there's tag titles.
It was
They
against
don't get.
Alexa.
Yeah, I'm just saying these lady titles aren't getting defended on Friday night.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this whole thing? Because this has been a complete disappointment. Because I remember we got that Twitter exchange back and forth between the two. We were so excited about
My
what was going to
school
go
bus
on.
driver used to tell me if I ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say none at all.
So we got, like I
Look,
said,
I like both girls, but I'm highly disappointed by the build.
yeah, the match I think will be fine. It's just like I said, we got that Twitter back and forth. We were like, oh, do they really hate each other? Is there really heat behind this backstage with Jay Cargill and things like that? And we've got nothing about that. Like the first promo we got between these two were about bodies, and it's like, huh? Like really? That's when you go? And then you go to Jay getting B-Fab, who I do like.
Resurrecting her AEW gimmick.
Yeah. Now B-Fab, I'm almost positive she used to listen to the show, because when I used to post a show like 10 years ago, she would like it in comment. So I'm almost positive she did listen to the show. But B-Fab and Michin, who they've been getting punked by Jay for months, now you join her. And like you said, they're rehashing the thing with AEW, but Layla Gray's way better. And now you involve EO, and now they just beat up EO, and it's like, all right, this is all we're getting here. Like this match was supposed to be so much more, but this is the best you guys can come up with. And EO's not gonna have a WrestleMania match, but EO will be involved in this match somehow. But who are you going with?
You know, I feel bad just because it's the second defense this long reign, but I don't see how they keep the belt on her. It goes to Rhea.
I want to go with Rhea as well, because I think especially with now, granted, you can go back to this at any time. It doesn't need the belt, but I keep harping back to this Bianca thing. But also, if Rhea gets the belt, that gives something for Io to do, because a part of Rhea and Io breaking up eventually would be the fact that Rhea has never beat Io. And that's still something that's looming over that entire situation.
Keep in mind, she is still on Raw. I know it doesn't matter, but
it doesn't matter. So that's something I'm gonna keep my eye on. I'm gonna go with, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with Rhea to win. I think Rhea will beat Jade, because I think this hasn't really gone anywhere at all. The best thing about Jade's title reign has been her interviews. That's been the best thing. But she has done the media circuit.
yeah, that's really been it.
Yeah, that's it. Now, another match I'm interested in, and me and you haven't talked about this. Sami Zayn is going to defend his newly won United States Championship against Trick Williams. Sammy was trying to get away into WrestleMania and did get in by defeating Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship with some help from Trick Williams. And in the rematch, Sammy won by doing unsammy things. He capitalized on the Carmelo Hayes injury in order to retain the championship. So, give me your thoughts on, first of all, because a few weeks ago when you weren't here, I did a video talking about how I think Trick Williams might be the next transition star, not the next star they have, the transition star.
I think this is kind of where you're going, but I foresee. I know I'm not the first person to predict it. I'm thinking we're going WrestleMania 13, and we got a good old-fashioned double turn.
Oh, yes, because the crowd's ready to boo Sammy. They are 100% ready, especially the way he took out Melo.
Yeah, a lot of them already are.
Yeah, they're ready. And Trick's been undeniable at this point. And like I said, what do you think about what I said about him being the next, not the next star of the company, the next transition star, the one that gets out the business?
Oh, I could see that, but I want him here. I'm in no rush for him to go anywhere or go do anything. And I think he wants to go big places in the business. Also, you see that in the Sean documentary. I mean, he just had, it's like who the hell Roman Reigns used to always say in interviews that Dusty used to tell him, "Baby, you got it, and you couldn't get rid of it if you tried." Trick's got every tool that is made, and he couldn't lose any of them unless he wanted to.
Yeah, he has it, and the crowd took the crowd and the main roster took to him so quickly, and he's been great with Nick Aldis, the trick and Nick connection, and all his little one-liners I think have been great with the lemon pepper steppers, calling Stanley gingerbread. I think he's been fantastic. I do think this is a double turn as well. The only thing I have is where does that leave Melo coming out of this? Is Melo going to end up turning heel with a babyface Trick Williams? I'm not quite sure yet, but I do think Trick Williams will beat Sami Zayn to become the U.S. champion. Maybe we get a triple threat out of this, so Melo doesn't necessarily have to turn heel, but I am going to go with Trick Williams to leave with the United States Championship.
For sure.
All right, next we have this match will be fun because when I saw this, I was like, all right, this will be fun. A couple guys don't match, but this will be fun. So the Intercontinental Championship is going to be in the line. A ladder match. We got Dragon Lee, Rusev, Rey Mysterio, JD McDonough, Penta, and Javon Evans. This match is going to be very, very bouncy, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a car crash. Rusev is there to catch people, and JD as well. This match will be a lot of fun.
Start with your prediction.
I think Penta wins this match.
Okay, I'm here for that.
And now, funny, if you remember, the last time we had a 6-man ladder match, the most obscure person won the match, and that was Zack Ryder.
Yes, I don't know. I mean, the sheets are all saying Javon Evans takes it. I'm definitely rooting for my guy Penta. I'd like to see him retain. There's a weird soft spot about me that I wouldn't be mad if Rusev won it. They haven't done enough with him the past year plus he's been back. Multi-time U.S. champion, former TNT champion at AEW. The guy before he hangs it up deserves another accolade. I think he would do some good shit with the IC title.
Yeah, so for me, it's either Javon Evans or Penta, but there's not really much of a storyline going on here. So I am just going to go with Penta to retain the championship.
No, I mean, four of these 6 guys were all hanging out in the ring hugging the other night.
Yeah. And it's like, this is just going to be a very bouncy match, and I cannot wait. Because I'm not. Do you remember the tag team title match at SummerSlam? It was just teams, but it was a blast.
Yes.
From this past SummerSlam.
Yes. Oh yeah, that one was amazing. Montez should be in this match.
I wish they found where he was.
He's
right, next,
brushing up on his grill.
Next up, we got Demon Finn Balor going one-on-one with Dirty Dom. Give me your thoughts and a pick.
They should not have spoiled that it's going to be the Demon, but the Demon takes the win.
So, I think that. Me and you talked about this. We knew it was going to be the Demon. We hadn't seen the Demon in almost 3 years. It was called for. Finn Balor got kicked out the Judgment Day. And the Judgment Day haven't seen the Demon in 3 years as well. And I just love Dom just going to Pierce saying, I didn't sign up to face a Demon. And why is my dad in an IC title match? I thought that was really funny. But I'm looking forward to it, man. This is this story has been told for years, and that whole segment Liv Morgan did, saying she's been planning it since the beginning of the Judgment Day, and she only didn't do anything because out of the respect for Dom's relationship with Finn, and now it finally comes ahead. And I think me and you are going to be in agreement. Well, you just said Finn's going to win as well, but Dom doesn't really need Dom. I don't think is going to need to win here because Liv's going to get the bigger accolade and end up leaving with the Women's World Championship.
Yeah.
And the bigger thing will be
he's still a champion, and that belt's not on the line.
Yeah, and the bigger thing out of this will actually be about Liv and Dom against Finn and essentially probably Roxy, where her loyalty actually does end up at. So I'm going to go with Finn Balor to beat. I'm gonna go with Finn Balor to beat Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom. What's up, Henry? Appreciate you, my guy, for coming through. All right. So next up for WrestleMania, we have. What we got here? That might